Good morning, everyone, and good morning, members. We are so excited to have you join us today. We are actually going to be talking about our week last week at the California Association of Realtors winter session. This is just a wrap up of everything that we discussed. It was very informative. I'm just going to ask the state directors just to go ahead and introduce themselves. And I am Tyler Worth, of state director. Don't have anything to update you on except for just the forecast for this year. They're actually forecasting that state of California is going to be selling about 30,000 more homes this year than last year. So something to look forward to.
I am Louis Lujan. I'm the Director of Government Affairs for the Greater Downey Association of Realtors. And I bounce around, different committees, but the one I was in this time with information is local government. First of all, there was a look back on legislative successes, and there was basically 10 key bills that CAR either supported or opposed that they were successful. That's actually a pretty good year. Second of all, they did talk about a look ahead, and that currently there's about 500 proposed pieces of legislation that are going to be going towards the legislature, but the final day for introducing a bill is February 21st or 2nd, I believe. So we're probably going to see more than 500. We're going to keep an eye on that. And then just finally, one kind of thing to keep an eye on as we go into this current year is in local governments. We might see a lot of ballot measures or items on the agenda that are going to look towards taxing the real estate transaction process. So we got to keep an eye out for that, obviously, and make sure that we are active in opposing those types of things. So those are basically the three main things that I can share.
My name is Julio Midolo. I am the State Director for Risk Management and also the grievance chair for the Greater Downey Association of Realtors. It hasn't really been a big problem in our association, but we have seen it come through where agents are video recording other agents or other brokers' listings without authorization. So we want to make sure that if you're going to be doing content, make sure that you get the proper authorization to be able to record and promote that listing, and always make sure that you guys identify who the listing broker is and give credit to that company as well. And one of the other things that one of the attorneys mentioned while she was up there speaking was a way of an agent being more thorough with their writings in their contracts. And a lot of it had to do with an agent's representing certain things. For example, if an agent writes on a counter offer, property will be delivered vacant, at the close of escrow, where did that source come from, right? Did it come from the seller or because otherwise what the attorney said is if you don't disclose that the seller is the one who told you that the property will be delivered vacant, you technically become the source. So any information that you guys get from sellers, make sure that you guys write that. As simple as that sounds, make sure you guys write that, per seller, second unit will be delivered vacant, per seller, solar panels have been paid off, per seller, water softener is included with the sale and is paid off. So make sure you guys are very descriptive with your writings and your contracts. And that's what I have to report today.
Good morning. My name is Edwin Acevedo. I am part of the Housing Policy Committee, along with the Business Technology Committee and MLS Policy Committee. The biggest subject was about the fire insurance, as far as concessions and having that included in the MLS fields. That was obviously up to the debate, whether that was to be included in the future. Could be happening, could not. There was different opinions from both sides as far as why it should be on there, especially for appraisers, and then also why it should not be on there. But we'll definitely be keeping a watch on that as we go on. As far as housing, the biggest thing I believe it was just the fact that we definitely had a huge hand on the Proposition 33 that stopped the whole rent control situation with that. A big round of applause for the whole realtor community on that. So definitely something that was to be applauded for. But no, aside from that, we do going back to business technology. There is a new system called Perchwell that will be obviously coming in next year, and that's something that's going to be presented as we go along. I'm sure others will be presenting that as well. Going back to MLS policy, we will now have access to parts of Oregon and Washington, the state of Washington, and parts of Nevada. So now you guys will be able to go on to the MLS, go to the other links section, and if you want to access property from those states, you guys would have access to those. So aside from all the other MLSs that we already have access through Central and Northern California, those 3 states are now added on there. So that's huge, and that's obviously something for those who, seeing some people that wanting to move from California over to those states, that definitely gives it another extra boost or help. Aside from referring that obvious business to those states. So that's my report. Thank you.
Good morning, Maria Lilly. And I went to the Realtor Party of California meeting. It was actually a forum, so there's nothing to report. Edwin just went into the Prop 33, which is one of the successes that we pushed through. The Greater Downey Association has 32% of its membership participating in this, and we'd like to increase that number. So we're looking forward to making that number a little bit higher next year. Thank you.
My name is Lena Ariza, and I'm a state director. I was actually the regional rep for pro standards, professional standards. Actually, for the professional standards, there were no action items that were discussed, but during the regional reports, it was brought up that the BRBC, there's still some confusion out there by some of the agents. And I did sit on the legal services committee as well. And one of the items that I thought was interesting also because of the wildfires was that they were discussing that it's very important if you do have a trust to have the clients make sure that their living trust is also on the legal side for their evidence of insurance. Otherwise, some insurance companies are not paid out for that. So that was it.
My name is Carrie Uva, and I am this year's regional chair, which means I'm representing Greater Downey Association of Realtors, Montebello Association of Realtors, and Rancho Association of Realtors.
Hello, everybody. Jose Perez here, immediate past president and state director, and I was in government and taxation.
And with that said, that's the end of our report. This is our wrap up. I want to thank everyone on Zoom for joining us and everyone out there watching us. Until next time, we'll see you guys after when we get back from Sacramento.